run the table.
All right, that was RC's take. We'll let him see if he's still staying with that in a minute. Do you agree or disagree with him, Mina?
I do. I mean, you saw the schedule, right? Yeah. This is the only game where I think they've got it.
And they wonder why we dressed alike. They wonder why we dressed alike. Man, we look like a dope school picture.
We do really look alike. That was like the most tentative endorsement. I do, but I actually do. I mean, the schedule speaks for itself, right? Yep. This is the one. They've got to win tonight, obviously. But after that, Dan, honestly, Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants, I don't see them losing any of those games. So it would really come down to tonight, and as we discussed earlier, I do think they've got the upper hand tonight.
Yeah, to Mina's point, tonight is a big deal because Detroit, so right now, you look at the playoff picture in the NFC and you go, okay, are they catching Chicago? Probably not. Also, Chicago holds the tiebreaker over them. They're not going to catch the Rams. They're not going to, and I think the Rams will win the division. They're not going to catch. They could catch Philly, but Philly would have to literally fall off the planet. And so it's like, can they catch Detroit, and can they stay ahead of Carolina? And Carolina has the tiebreaker on them because of the loss as well. So, like, Detroit is the team that you're sitting there going, you're going to have to try and chase down Detroit. I don't think San Francisco falls off the map. I say no, and this is why, even though I think they're going to win tonight. One, I do think that they'll lose one of those games just because.
Which one? Walk me through.
Don't catch a hot Marcus Mariota. Don't catch a hot Marcus Mariota.
He actually,
That's
Marcus
real.
Mariota,
He balled out. Just because I feel like the Cowboys will find a way to blow the game that they shouldn't, type of thing. But it's more attached to the defense. There's been one team that has made the playoffs with a defense that has allowed more than 28 points per game. That's the 2000 Rams. Right now, this Dallas defense averages or gives up 29 a game. Now, have they played better?
The entire season.
They also gave up 28 last week.
The Chiefs.
To the Chiefs, but they gave up 28 last week. Detroit's a good offense.
Yeah.
And so, like, I just think because of the hole that they dug themselves, I don't think that they'll dig themselves out of it, even though I'm picking them tonight.
Well, but that's the thing, though. If they win tonight, they've essentially dug themselves out of that hole. Now they just have to hold on the rest of the season. And I feel the same way that Mina feels. I said it last week. I thought the Kansas City Chiefs game was that game because of Patrick Mahomes, because of Andy Reid, because they could just figure out a way that they're going to fight like hell, and they did. And you're talking about that the Cowboys are going to mess it up. We have to stop letting history dictate our present. This team feels different, right? We're talking about the 29 points per game, but that's with this defense being historically bad to start the season off from a roster standpoint and giving away Micah Parsons, but also from a health standpoint as we watch their health decline before the bye. And so with the trade deadline moves that they made for Quinnen Williams, for Logan Wilson, with some guys getting healthy on the back end, this isn't the same defense, and we know how prolific the offense is.
The game on the schedule that actually does give me some pause, assuming that they win tonight, because that's otherwise we're not. It's the Chargers. Because that defense structurally under Jesse Minter does the things you got to do. Stop this offense. A lot of quarters, put a shell on it, light boxes, dare them to run. I'm not saying they're going to win that game, but if there was one game on the schedule, Justin Herbert's health is a big part of that. Gives me a little bit of pause just because of the way that defense plays. I think they're a better fit.
Now, the thing that's scary about this team is, though, you look at all of these games the rest of the season, none of them are washes. None of them are just games that you say to yourself, the Dallas Cowboys can go in and dominate. So you will have those chances against the Chargers, to me, against the Commanders, against a defense from the Vikings and Brian Flores. Like, you're going to have to go out and win those games. I just do believe that this team right now is playing at a rate where they should be favored. And with some of the things I feel like Brian Schottenheimer's done from a leadership standpoint, I feel good about this team for the first time.
And just, they would have to win 8 in a row to finish the season. That's a big ask.
The 3 and 11 days just felt like such an uphill climb, and then I worry about the hangover. Like, I mean, that's all we've talked about. Then if they actually accomplish it, then they have to continue. It's just going to be tough.
I mean, nobody talks about your Bears.
Excuse me, we've been talking about it the last few days. What do you mean no one talks about it? That's all I've been talking about. Are you kidding me? All right, it's time for DraftKings Cover 3 Parlay. We've got 3 picks, all for tonight's game. We're going to talk about it later on. Dan, here you go. How dare you? You're going with George Pickens to have more than 80 receiving yards against against that Lions defense. Why?
Yeah, one, because if the Lions are going to come out and play man coverage the way that the Lions want to play man coverage this year, when George Pickens is by himself versus man coverage, he has 27 catches for over 430 yards and 23 first downs. I think if the Lions come out and play man, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
But they have shown that's who they are. If they do it, George will have a big night.
Okay, Mina, you're rolling with Jameson Williams to have at least 6 receptions. Go ahead.
Yeah, for the Lions to pull this off, Jahmyr Gibbs has to go crazy, and Jameson Williams also has to go crazy. Amon-Ra St. Brown goes out of that game. He's the most targeted game of his entire career last week. ASB is still banged up. I think Jameson Williams is a good matchup for Detroit. Question is whether or not Jared Goff will have time to take advantage of it, but I think he'll feed him.
All right, I'm going with Dak Prescott to throw for over 270 yards tonight. I would have liked this number more at 250, but I'm going to roll with 270 because that Lions defense is banged up a little bit. I know they're on the road in Detroit, but I think Dak knows what he's up against. He leads the league or is tied for second in terms of passing yards. He can light it on fire. I just hope his receivers catch the ball. That's all I'm hoping for, so that we can get that over with 270 passing yards. So to recap, we are going with George Pickens to have at least 80 receiving yards, Jameson Williams to have at least 6 catches, and then Dak to throw for 270 or more passing yards. You like these picks? We put them in a parlay for you on DraftKings Sportsbook. Just open the app and look for the first take cover 3 parlay on the homepage. More first.
Tumultuous week.
Across the board, right?
Rogers said RELAX. We'll see if they do. Last one is the first one. Hawk, tonight, Cowboys, Lions in Detroit. Who you got?
I'm going with the Lions. I'm hopeful that Amon-Ra St. Brown plays because I think he matches up well for this defense. He is the heart and soul of the offense as well. And the things he does great are the things that this Cowboys defense struggles with in the secondaries. That is catches over the middle of the field. You've seen so many times him running crossing routes, big-time plays from this Lions offense, and him pushing the ball down the field. And number 2, it's yards after catch. Like, he is a guy that gets the ball in his hands and gets extra yards. Those are 2 things that the Cowboys defense has struggled with. Him playing, these are the kind of games that Dan Campbell and this organization thrive on. They get a big win, and they tee up for the playoffs.
I'll also say this. There was a game earlier the year where they were missing so much of their defense against the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football, and everyone wondered how they were going to be able to slow down the big bad Ravens on the road, and they found their way not only to slow down the Ravens, but to win the game outright.
They ran the football for 1,000 yards.
They are at their best when they are up against the wall. Grit, right? That said, you think that tonight is the night Dak makes an MVP statement?
Oh, absolutely. If Detroit's going to go out, line up and play man coverage, they don't have the ability to cover those 2 receivers. And I would say that Dak makes his MVP run. What they've done is they put George by himself, right? And so then it's like, okay, if you're going to single cover George, we're going to throw it to him. If not, everybody else is going to get the football. CeeDee Lamb's going to have the opportunity to kill people. So everybody at home understands. When I say they put George by himself, when he's soloed up, this year, George Pickens has 27 catches for over 430 yards and 23 first downs. There's just not a lot of human beings on the planet that can say that. And that Detroit likes to go, well, I'm going to take my guy, I'm going to put him on your guy. They don't have the manpower to do that.
As great as Dak Prescott has been, there is no MVP without a victory tonight in Detroit.
Right. And right now, Dallas is a team nobody wants to play at this time of the year. The way that they're playing right now, everybody at home, for what Danny's saying, just get your popcorn ready. Detroit Lions, they're going to have to play a lot of man coverage. They're going to have to pressure Dak Prescott. We're going to sit back. We're going to watch George Pickens catch slant routes.
If they play man coverage,
put his foot in the ground, jump over guys, and beat George
Pickens.
and make it look flawless.
The way they have, they'll have 35 foot on their head.
Taylor, earlier in the conversation, Cowboys want to make this a track meet, and the Lions want to make this a rugby scrum. Who do you think emerges in that?
I think the Cowboys are going to emerge in this. If the Lions want to make a rugby scrum, then they need to be healthy in the offensive line to do that. Right now, we have 4 guys out of 5 that are questionable. Dan Orlovsky's screaming from the fences, hey, put a 6th offensive lineman in. Buddy, at this point in the NFL, I don't know if you have enough offensive linemen if all those guys don't play to have 6 of them. And then the talent drop off from your starters to your second team guys in the NFL, it's usually a massive drop off. So they have a lot of things going against them right now, and it just leans more edge towards the
Quick
Cowboys.
final word.
If the Bears win this week and the Cowboys win this week, Jerry Jones might be the executive of the year.
that would really be something.
Well, you said the talent drop off from starter to backup.